everyone, Irish Commander here, and we're back with a 1942 recap. I knew it wouldn't be long before we did this video, because immediately after I got my 1941 recap, we played the first round of 42, and we just played the second round of that, and I thought I'd show this. I thought this was interesting. We are currently, when we played this, well, pretty much at this point forward, we were in the later half of the war, so I find that interesting. I thought I'd show this. This is the 7th whiteboard we've gotten, and in my next unboxing, you'll see what that's for. Till then, we'll be shrouded in mystery. So it just meant much of the world right now. But yeah, let's get to that recap, shall we? So overall, not a lot of action going on in Europe. But I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last recap or not, but Spain was taken out by the Germans and reinstated into power. So the Republican Spanish were removed from the game, and the nationalist Spanish were brought back. So Franco was back in power. And you can see over here that Italy has taken Gibraltar. And they pretty much own the whole Mediterranean, except for this battleship right here, this Free French battleship. And the only real country in the Mediterranean right now that isn't Axis aligned is Turkey. Which if I declare war on the Soviet Union and take that territory, I forgot its name, even though it says it right there. But if we take that, the Turks will immediately join our side and favor our cause. So I thought I'd mention that. So Operation Desert Shield, Desert Shield, it's coming along pretty great. The Turkish are the only thing that are holding us back from completing that at the moment. And I want to complete Operation Desert Shield before we can take down the Reds up there. Which it's safe to say, whenever I do decide to bring the conflict into the Soviet Union, I think it's safe to say that it will be a fair fight. Regardless who wins the first few battles or not, it'll be an even fight. Because Europe, recently I've been militarizing Europe like crazy. France is still a bit empty, but I'm not too worried about that. The British can't really take me on alone, and without me attacking America, or the Soviets, or the Chinese, they're pretty much stuck in limbo right now. They can't really attempt a D-Day on their own, in my opinion at least. So Europe is almost secured, but we only have the Belgians and the Dutch, which I've been looking at their colonies, and their colonies are kind of bare right now. So yeah, not really too much to say about the colonies. I mean, they would join the Allies, and they would technically help with the invasion, and the British would have another ally there, but it wouldn't really do much for their side, or my side, really. They would just gain more territories to access, which could potentially help them down with the front in Africa, but I don't really see that the Congo could be that much of a help right now. So yeah, then let's talk about the Soviet Union for a minute. The Soviet Union, I've noticed that they've begun heavily militarizing the the satellite states of Ukraine, Belarus, and Karelia, as well as their new conquered territories in Poland and the Baltic states. I noticed that they've been militarizing there, but as of right now, I could, if I did my invasion right now, I could see myself making it roughly about here to Smolensk. Maybe taking all of Ukraine if I'm lucky, but that would take an extreme amount of luck with the dice. But what you know, the dice, they don't have a side, they just kind of pick who wins. And they've also upgraded their factory here in, well, I can't really say that city because I'm not Russian. Novosibirsk. I guess we'll call it that. Then the Chinese, all they've been doing is lending a bunch of their money to the British, and same for the Americans. They've been lending all their money to the British. So, I mean, they're allies in a sense, which if Japan had taken out China earlier in the game, then I would have already declared war on the United States as the Axis powers, and I could have probably made it to Calcutta by now, or even taken Hawaii over there. Maybe even Anzac if I was that lucky. But as you guys know, the Japanese fell to the Chinese, and they are now currently being occupied. And perhaps this occupation will be lifted eventually. Who knows? Not too much out of Anzac this game. The only big change that we decided to make is make New Zealand a separate power. Which, let me show you what that really means. So, really, all that means for now is that there would be two different types of infantry. So this one I just pulled out of my 2nd edition 40 Pacific. This is the newer Anzac infantry with the Anzac hat, or Australian hat. That's going to be the Australian infantry from now on. And this is the one I've been using from 1st edition Pacific. He just has the helmet on there. It's just a recolor of the British infantry. But I think that represents New Zealand a bit better than just having the Anzac hat. So New Zealand will have a separate income in the next game, which I'm going to try and perfect that. I might even make up a reference sheet for them, or something along the lines, and I might share it with you guys when I get that all done, said and done. But yeah, not a whole lot to report out of the game for right now. The action has kind of died down, more or less. It's kind of just now who can outlast the other in this situation, who can go the longest without attacking another nation. Which, there's not really any fun in that. So, right now, as the 2 remaining Axis powers, I'm deciding whether I want to attack the Soviet Union, America, or China. China could be the easier one to take out since they have less resources available over here. Or should I say less units available. But they do have the rockets. And a whole bunch of infantry that could potentially be a fight worth fighting. The Soviets, they are a much bigger threat since they actually border me by land. So if I declare war on them and I waste all my resources in one battle, then be safe to say that Hitler would be in his bunker doing the thing a lot earlier than he did in our timeline. And then America, they could pose a good threat to me if I somehow got them in the war by attacking them. But if I did, they would have to funnel their resources into Britain before they could attack me, which they could start funneling resources into Free France down here, and then kick me out of Africa and then move on. But it's hard to say. So, yeah. So I'm going to get this uploaded for you guys and edit this with the little editing I have to do. And yeah, I should be back this coming Monday or Tuesday, or at worst case scenario Wednesday with unboxing. And you'll see what that whiteboard is going to get used for. So until we meet again, this is Irish Commander, signing off.